Today, we dive into the courtroom drama as Diddy breaks down after his tape with Teen Justin Bieber is leaked, sending shockwaves through legal corridors and celebrity circles. In the midst of mounting legal battles, one of Sean Diddy Combs' defense lawyers, Anthony Rico, has stepped away from his role. In a filing in Manhattan federal court, Rico stated, "Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs."
It started out looking like mentorship, right?
Right.
But then things got a lot more complicated as the years went on.
Definitely more complex.
So what's interesting to me is how this goes beyond just like the usual celebrity gossip.
Yeah, you're right.
This really makes you think about power, especially in the music biz.
Absolutely.
And how these relationships can really affect young artists.
For sure. I mean, we're talking about someone like Justin Bieber, who basically grew up in the public eye.
Right, exactly. With Diddy there all along.
Yeah.
But was that a good thing? That's the question.
Due to attorney-client privilege, his decision hints at internal strife. With his motion pending judge approval, Rico's departure adds another twist to a trial set to begin on May 5th. Diddy's defense remains intact, with 5 attorneys ready to face charges, including racketeering conspiracy, SE trafficking, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
So you feel like Justin Bieber is on the tapes?
I think it's Justin Bieber. I think Bieber hate the man. Bieber hate his guts. You can see it in Bieber's face. And I think Usher a sucker. Usher a sucker. Everybody be trying to praise Usher. Every time I see Usher, all I see is a fucking I don't even know how to say it. Colorful person. Like a fucking demon, bro. Like, I feel like they did it to him and he's so scary. He allows stuff. He's not a demon. He allows stuff to happen because he's scary. He's scared of them. And you know how you got somebody, yo, money. Okay. Yeah, Justin, go with Puffy. Knowing he ain't got no good intentions for the man.
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber.
But as the legal team shuffles, a more tantalizing piece of the puzzle emerges, an old tape featuring Diddy and a teen Justin Bieber. The leaked footage from Diddy's past captures a moment when his charismatic veneer gave way to raw emotion. In the tape, a younger Bieber appears, sparking both intrigue and revulsion.
Sean Diddy Combs' legal team is getting a little smaller. As the rap mogul's defense team prepares for his May trial on sex trafficking charges, his attorney Anthony Rico respectfully but regrettably requested to be dismissed from his role, according to documents obtained by NBC News. Rico, who is one of 6 attorneys on the case, requested in the February 21st filing to withdraw as representation because, quote, "Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs, consistent with the ABA standards for criminal justice." The motion continues, quote, "While I'm aware that the local rule requires that an application for withdrawal of counsel is supported and granted only upon a showing by affidavit or otherwise of satisfactory reasons for withdrawal, there are sufficient reasons related to the protections afforded by the attorney-client privilege for brevity in my application for withdrawal as counsel in this case."
The trial of embattled music mogul and entertainment titan Sean Diddy Combs is going to be here before you know it. Scheduled to face a jury in May on federal charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs' lawyers are actually, though, trying to get that last charge thrown out, calling it racist. We'll get a little bit more into that later on, but Combs has consistently denied any wrongdoing, and his attorneys say he is looking forward to defending himself in court. And the key word there, defending. They need to put on a defense. Because when it comes to the trial, the defense and the prosecution, they have been overwhelmed with discovery, terabytes of data that has likely resulted in possibly an information overload. There's a lot of information here. But one thing the defense says it doesn't have is a complete list of witnesses the government plans to call. And without that, the attorneys are saying we won't know what we're up against and we can't properly prepare a defense.
Former mentee Freddie P. Watson states, "I think it's Justin Bieber. Bieber hated that man. You can see it in his face." His words suggest Bieber's fear and disdain at events with Diddy, painting a picture of a young star trapped in a dangerous web. This revelation forces us to reconsider the dynamic of power, manipulation, and the true costs of fame.
We have to look at the timeline of Justin Bieber's recent descent and also look at how that coincides with not only the baby, but Sean Combs, his former mentor, being locked up. It reminded me of that documentary Leaving Neverland about, the alleged victims of sexual abuse from Michael Jackson. And their stories were very explicit, but the thing that they all had in common was the extent of their trauma didn't hit them until they had kids. What we do know is when Justin Bieber was just 15 years old, he was a tiny person. He should have been with his parents. He should have been with his team. He should have been protected from someone who was talking about making every 15-year-old's fantasy come true and how Diddy was given custody of Bieber for 48 hours and they were going to go full buck crazy. That was the quote. And I'm sure you've seen the video. You've seen the two of them cavorting around and, Bieber's got a big smile on his face. And not long after that, they were both on Jimmy Kimmel together. And Kimmel seemed kind of disturbed by what he was watching. And, he's like, there's something weird about this relationship. So he asked Justin Bieber, like, what do you guys do when you're together? And Diddy cut him off and said, he knows not to tell on Big Brother Puff and talk about what we do. And it's like, that was disgusting on its face. Like, you don't have to have 120 victims to come forward saying, Sean Combs sexually abused me, men and women, minors and adults. But, let's say a tenth of that is true, or a fraction of that is true. Then all you can do is think about, and again, we don't know what happened or what didn't happen between Sean Combs and Justin Bieber. What we do know is that Justin Bieber had two crappy parents.
As the tape sends ripples through the media, insiders note that this isn't just a scandal. It's about the complex relationships that have defined Hollywood's elite. Rumors claim the tape, recorded when Bieber was a teenager, contains candid moments that could cast a long shadow on Diddy's legacy. Meanwhile, Diddy, now in a Brooklyn detention center, faces a courtroom showdown where every detail is scrutinized. The tape serves as a stark reminder of the blurred lines between mentorship and exploitation. Undeniably, this has impacted Justin's marriage to Hailey, and it shows.
I want to know what Justin Bieber, I want to know. Justin Bieber, look at his life change. His life, that man is terrified of Puffy. I seen the video. I'm in the streets, dog. People know, fear, dog. What happened to your number? You like, oh, man, I lost it. Fear, man. You got to think of all the people, the white folks who've been at the parties. They scared. They don't roll in crowds with niggas and guns. When they get slapped in the mouth at a party for being too high, they shut up. You get what I'm saying? You got to think of all these people who've been terrified for years.
Adding to the complexity, there are echoes of past controversies. Rico's sudden resignation from the legal team isn't an isolated incident. It dovetails with other unsettling developments. In September 2024, Diddy was charged with multiple offenses, and not long after, a separate lawsuit involving him and Jay-Z was dismissed. In a bold move, Diddy even filed a $100 million defamation suit against NBC Universal, Peacock, and Ample Entertainment over their making of a Bad Boy documentary. These legal battles are not isolated events. They weave together a narrative of a man who has navigated the treacherous waters of power, celebrity, and alleged misconduct for decades.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose As videos like these resurface after Diddy's arrest, a source tells ET Justin Bieber is avoiding the Diddy situation at all costs, and the new dad wants to protect his family and stay away from it altogether.
A lot of things that everybody just don't need to be looking at. A lot of things the kids shouldn't be seeing right now.
Justin, of course, was a kid when he spent time with the now embattled rapper. With Diddy behind bars, we hear the grown pop stars trying to stay under the radar, focusing on his family with wife Haley and their newborn Jack. Justin knows they won't ever get this time back, and he won't allow any of the Diddy news to impact these special moments.
Justin Bieber is sharing a cryptic message on maturing and letting go. The singer, who has been facing rumors of a rocky relationship with wife Haley Bieber since December, is sharing a spiritual message about bettering himself as he gets older. Justin writes in a February 20th Instagram story set to the song Free Fallin' by John Mayer, quote, "It's time to grow up. Changing is about letting go, not trying harder. Are you tired of trying to follow all of the rules in hopes to get the results you crave? I found love to be more powerful than rules." The 30-year-old, who has been open about his Christian beliefs in the past, also gives advice to his followers on how to live a love-filled life. He continues, quote, "I try to follow the rules. I'm not good at it. But you don't need to follow rules to enter a life of love."
Meanwhile, the impact of these revelations reaches far beyond the courtroom. Canadian pop star Justin Bieber, whose youthful charm once captivated millions, now finds himself at the center of a storm he never saw coming. His transformation in recent months has raised eyebrows. Reports of a sunken visage, hollow eyes, and premature signs of aging have fueled speculation that the stress of the scandal, combined with the pressures of new fatherhood and rumored marital strains with Haley Bieber, is taking a toll on his health. Medical experts suggest that prolonged stress, poor sleep, and relentless public scrutiny may be accelerating changes that once took years to manifest.
More lawsuits are piling up against music mogul Sean Combs. Mostly known as Diddy, Combs has been hit with 2 more lawsuits, these filed in New York and California. This time, the self-proclaimed bad boy is being accused of sexual violence, intimidation, and coercion by 2 separate women in 2 different decades. I'll explain. For Law and Crime News, I'm Kennedy Walker. 2 women, both filing under the alias Jane Doe, have come forward with shocking allegations, painting a disturbing portrait of a man who, for decades, they say, used his wealth, power, and influence to prey on the vulnerable.
Turning now to the dismissed civil suit against Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs, a woman who accused the 2 hip-hop artists of sexual assault when she was 13, dropping that lawsuit on Friday. Diddy and Jay-Z denying any wrongdoing, Jay-Z calling the allegations frivolous, fictitious, and appalling. Diddy's legal team insisting the dismissal is, quote, yet another confirmation that these lawsuits are built on falsehoods, not facts.
Let's get to stories ripped from the headlines this week. Sean Diddy Combs, still in a Manhattan jail accused of sex trafficking, has filed a $100 million lawsuit against NBC Universal, claiming a Peacock documentary defamed him, causing him severe reputational harm. Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, is a 90-minute documentary that began streaming last month, and the lawsuit claims NBC falsely suggests that Diddy was responsible for the death of Kim Porter, his former partner and the mother of several of his children.
And it isn't just the physical toll that worries fans. Behind the scenes, whispers circulate about the psychological scars left by years of exploitation and manipulation. Some experts have recently commented on the possibility that unresolved trauma and relentless stress might be compounding Bieber's chronic health issues, including his battle with Ramsay Hunt syndrome, a condition that can lead to facial paralysis. It's a sobering reminder that beneath the glittering surface of fame lies a reality that is both vulnerable and, at times, devastating.
Justin Bieber appeared uncharacteristically weary during his outing in New York City on January 29th. The 30-year-old singer sported a fresh buzz cut, yellow hooded sweatshirt, beige pants, and fuzzy brown slippers, but his tired eyes and dark circles did not go unnoticed. Photographers captured his downcast mood, prompting social media users to voice their concerns. One commenter noted, "He has a look that suggests he hasn't slept well in quite some time," while another expressed worry over his well-being, stating, "He looks unwell." Whether it's health issues or drugs, I hope he gets the help he needs so he can heal and enjoy his lovely little family. This sentiment reflects the star's recent welcoming of his son, Jack, with wife Hailey Bieber in August 2024. Speculation arose regarding the influence of Sean Diddy Combs, who faces serious allegations including trafficking and sexual assault. Since Diddy, 55, has guided Justin early in his career, some observers suggest that the ongoing scandal may have impacted Bieber. Comments on social media expressed concern about Bieber's mental state, with one user noting, well, after the abuse he surely endured at the hand of his former buddy. This is no surprise. Though Justin and Diddy were previously close, the pop star has not addressed the allegations surrounding the music mogul.
As Diddy's case hurtles toward its May 5th trial, the courtroom transforms into a stage for revelations that blend the personal with the political, the scandalous with the systemic. Every twist, from a lawyer's abrupt exit to the resurfacing of a tape capturing a controversial chapter with Teen Bieber, adds layers to a story that is as much about the abuse of power as it is about the human cost of fame. Legal experts warn that securing an impartial jury in a media-saturated environment will be a monumental challenge, while the public watches, riveted and questioning his legacy.
We're talking music today on today's On the Red Carpet Report.
And it starts with a surprising revelation from pop star Justin Bieber about his health.
As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face.
Bieber revealed via Instagram today that he has been diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, a rare virus that affects nerves in the face and ear. The Grammy winner told fans that he knows they must be frustrated that he's had to cancel some of his concerts, but says right now he is not physically capable of doing them. He also said, obviously my body is telling me I need to slow down.
So Ramsay-Hunt syndrome is a form of facial paralysis that can occur from reactivation of a viral infection. Many people will have heard of chickenpox, and chickenpox can cause a reactivation of the virus in the form of shingles, which is a rash on one part of the body. Now, if that rash occurs around the facial nerve, it can cause a sudden onset of facial paralysis, often linked with some pain around the ear or behind the ear. The significant factor here is that usually the people who develop this have some other issue going on at the same time that causes their immune system to be depressed. So they'll either be under a lot of either physical stress or some other illness, or sometimes even emotional stress that can cause people to feel run down. The symptoms that Mr. Bieber has described are classic for facial paralysis. The first thing that people realize is that their eye becomes dry, uncomfortable, can be gritty.